we have today in the back, we have a...
And called 911. The U.S. Navy is joining the search.
It's a VM. I'm not sure the model. I believe a 930. No radio, but just a stereo record player from on or about 1966.
Beijing when it disappeared from radar. Russia is reinforcing its presence in Crimea. Dozens of military trucks carrying armed soldiers were seen today at the disputed Ukrainian peninsula.
Get this to home base and have a look at it. So this one's not very heavy at all. We'll just open things up and get it inside. Okay, before we get this one in, it's not very huge. It has a little missing veneer in spots. Not terrible. And it's not huge. A little piece of particle board there, and the amplifier solid state says model 2100, and it's pretty meager, but there's your turntable section over there. So let's get this in and have a look. So okay, here we are on the inside, and obviously it's a voice of music. So obviously it has a VM changer. That's another VM 1200 series. I did relax the suspension as I tightened it down when it was being transported. You lock the changer by turning these two screws here. I was hoping this would take the half-inch pickup, as some from this era did, have a bigger head shell, but this has that tetrad style cartridge in here, which a bit unfortunate. Also, they changed the button here from the round button to a little more of a flat nosed button. It is branded the Voice of Music. It is solid state. It has treble, bass, balance, and tonomatic loudness. Let's plug it in and fire it up, see what it does. Another thing you may notice, they give you about, I'd say at least 10 or 15, not the standard 6-foot cord. You have about 10 feet or so of line cord here to plug this in. Okay, it's unfortunate in the box of records we just purchased that the one record I was interested in, the Groove label here, which is a subsidiary of RCA, Narvel Felts, it's broken. Which is unfortunate. We could try to super glue, but that's a pretty bad break there. So the one record we wanted is broken. We're going to try a Bobby Darin cutout here because well, hopefully Atlantic Records will be kind to us with a copyright. We'll put him on there. Turn it on. I have the volume set low. Balance in the middle. Bass. Well, we'll put bass treble about midway. We'll give it a power up here. It does spin. Idler doesn't sound terrible. It sounds a little dry. But I remember from as a child that these played pretty well. I'll see in solid state. We don't have to wait for the warm up here. So, we're on, but I'm not hearing any volume. I am not hearing an ounce of volume out of the amplifier, which is very strange. That amplifier is not getting any power. There's no reason why the amplifier would be powered separate from the changer. Well, we'll have to do that in part 2. Well, let's try some needle talk. We're on 45. And we're not cycling either. So there's a few issues here. Nothing too terrible. Let's see how our tip on the needle here is. Feels good. And let's give it a whirl. So we have nothing out of the amplifier. Maybe a wire's come loose, but I have no hum out of the speaker. So we'll do that for the Voice of Music Part 1. One last thing, like I was saying, the neighbors across the street had one of these stereos, and we used to have contests as to whose would coast. And I'm telling you, this one, it would coast over a minute and a half, the neighbors, and this is the same era changer. So I'll give this a little spin, and that bearing just goes and goes and goes on this one. So that thrust washer and bearing, etc., is in pretty good shape. Okay, that'll do it for part 1 of the VM Mini console stereo from on or about 1966.